Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you have all been well. So I am part of the online makeup group and they posted a photo of Vanity Makeup wearing a really deep blue smoky eye, and they challenged everyone to recreate this look. So here I am. I know lots of people have trouble creating a look that's so intense and actually getting the pigmentation of the shadow to stay on. So I kind of went through step by step and let you guys know how to do it and what works the best for me. So if you want to see how to get this deep matte blue smoky eye, please keep watching. Okay, so this is a pretty good distance so you can see what I'm doing. So since I have discolored lids and since we're packing on so much shadow, I am not going to do my foundation first as usual. We're going to start with the eyes. So I'm going to take a concealer. This is MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in shade NW15. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my hand. And I am going to basically just use this as a base. If you do not have discolored lids, you can just go ahead, but since my skin is so like red and blotchy and veiny, I'm just gonna do this so we have a perfect base for the eyeshadow. And it is the concealer that I use to highlight as well, so if it is bright, don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm gonna set that concealer that we just laid down with just some face powder. So putting some powder on top and setting that concealer is really gonna allow any future shadows that you put on just to blend a lot easier. Now I'm gonna show you guys the look for reference. You can just see that it's a really, I hope you can see it, it's a really dark blue smoky eye. Okay, so to make this look so much easier, I'm going in with some Scotch tape and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand first and then take it off just so it's not too tacky and harsh on our eye area. And I'm just going to start at the corner of my eye and angle it up towards my brows. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is going in with MAC Soft Brown. This is a perfect transition shade for a look that is not too warm like this one. So I'm going to take that on a Sigma E35. Gonna dip into it. And then I'm going to start at the outer corner and then just bring it in windshield wiper motions. And you can see them blending out the edges a lot more than I am really bringing it in. And we're just going to keep going in with that color until it's nice and dark. I also want to mention, if you really blow out the edges the first time, when it's time for you to concentrate that color, you can stay really just in the crease, and since you already blew out the edges, it's just going to look seamless naturally. Like this time, I'm really focusing in the crease because we already blew out the edges before. So still going in with soft brown. Right in the crease. And then when you have most of the color off your brush, then you can start going up again. And then you can start making like circular motions up here just to really make sure you're seamless. For the crease, since I want it to be a little bit cooler, I'm going to take MAC Swiss Chocolate, which is a brown, but it does have an obvious cool tone. And I'm also going to take a MAC 217, which is another famous blending brush, but this one is just a little more tapered than the 235. So I'm going to dip into the Swiss Chocolate. And I feel like this is the exact color she used because it's beautiful to go with a deep blue. So we're just going to take it. And I'm going to angle the brush downwards. We're not going like this anymore. We're going downwards so we really stay in the crease area. And I'm going to start on the outside. And then just bring it in. Make sure you keep that angle on your brush. And make sure when you're using tape that you continue to take your look and your shadow all the way to the tape. If you don't, it's not going to be seamless and beautiful once you remove the tape. So dipping in again, starting at the outside corner. You can see that I'm not bringing up Swiss chocolate at all, and I'm keeping it right there in the crease. And just another tip, if you plan on taking photos for like social media, or if this is for an event where your photo is going to be taken, you always want to go extra heavy on the eyes. And I think that's where practice comes in the most, because if you don't know what you're doing and you go extra heavy, it's gonna be a mess. Practice at home before you try and slay outside, you guys. So now I'm putting my brush kind of lower because I'm trying to work it more into the inner corner. So we'll be outside, and then I'm just gonna bring it in a little bit. I'm not gonna bring it in too much because that's gonna close off my eye. So with no additional product on the brush, I'm just gonna hang out over here at the tape area and just blend. And you can even go down. Like right now, I'm mostly on the tape and I am just feathering the shadow in this whole corner. I'm on the tape and off. I'm not stopping when I get to tape. I'm going all the way through. Since her look was more on the kind of blue-gray side, I'm going to take Makeup Geek Americano, which is a deep brown, and kind of darken everything up. I'm going to go in with the 217 again. And this I will layer right over the Swiss chocolate. So very lightly, you guys. I'm going in with like barely any pressure to deepen this all up. Next, I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Cherry Cola, which is more on the purple side, and we're just gonna go right over it again. Yeah, I told you guys it was a lot of layering, and because my look isn't really turning out to be as gray as hers, we're just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It's gonna be a same intense look, it's just not gonna be the same color palette. Right on the outside. And then I'll slowly bring it in. Okay, moving on to the lid, I'm going to take this jumbo crayon. This one is from NYX in the shade 635 Night. It's just a black crayon. And we're just going to put this all over the lid. Okay, so when you have it on there, I take a little brush like this and I really just blend it out. So once we have that blended, it's totally okay if it looks messy. I'm going in with the darkest blue that I have, which is Anastasia Beverly Hills Blue Velvet, which is right here from her artist palette. So initially, you can use a brush to do this, but I find to get the most pigment, I go in with my finger. And this way, you can really pack it. And just like last time, I'm going to go over the tape and then onto my lid for the out corner. Okay, so now to make things really intense, I'm going in with the Sigma E25, which is a pretty dense blending brush. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Blue Velvet and we're going to play in the crease with this guy, because in the picture, it's really not a clean smoky eye. It's pretty messy when it gets up there, so we're just going to blend out the blue shadow. So I'm starting on the tape and then going in. And then I'm going to take more Blue Velvet. And And then you can begin to kind of let go in the crease. So this brush is really angled, so it really makes staying in your crease really easy. And since we already layered all those browns in the crease, when the blue velvet comes up and hits it, it's gonna be super seamless. And you can see, just to cover the lid, that NYC black pencil didn't really lay the nicest amount of product, so I wouldn't recommend that. I would go in with the NYX pencil instead. But I can just tap the shadow over the lid. And then bringing it in my inner corner. Next, I'm going to go back with my 217 from MAC, and I'm going to take Americano from Makeup Geek and just put it in the crease over the blue to just blend it and get that, a little bit of that brown color back. But I'm staying really high with Americano. Okay, and there we go. And now for the best part, you can dust off all the fallout. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in with like a baby wipe and cleanse my skin after I do the other eye. But now for the fun part, just remove the tape. Okay, so now it's time to do this to the other eye. So first, I'm going to take blue velvet on a little brush like this. I like using this rather than a pencil brush because I feel like a pencil brush just flicks product everywhere, and this gets the job done better. So I'm just going to put it on the outer and then bring it in. And then, yeah, you can flick away fallout if it happens. I am going to douse under my eye, so fallout will just stay away. And I'm just going to drag that, and I'm going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. And then just like we did on the lid, we're just going to keep layering it to make it more intense. And then you can drag it down a little bit with the brush if you want to. I'm all for that, so I bring mine down. Okay, so now that we got the blue finish, I'm going to go in with Swiss chocolate again and just blend out the edges of that blue. So in looks like these, I feel like the bottom lash line is just as important as what you do on the lid, so don't front on the bottom lash line. And you basically just need to blend until like they're one. You don't want to see you don't want to see one color and then the next. You want to kind of have them blend like an ombre instead of just like rainbow stacked, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm satisfied with that. I'm gonna let that powder stay there underneath my eyes because why not? And then we're gonna go to wing liner. Okay, we are almost done with the eyes. Last step is a gel liner in the waterline. And this is a pencil gel liner from Ardency In. And I'm going to put it on the top and bottom. And now just to finish off the lower lash line with some mascara. So just mascara on the bottom lashes completes my look. I hope you guys learned something, and I hope it wasn't too long. I want it to be pretty thorough. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!